Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to my Millwall career mode series. I know we're getting closer to that episode 50 and if you have any suggestions of what I should do for episode 50 then please leave a comment with that. I have some kind of idea of what I want to do, but I'll see what you guys want. But we're starting off, we're looking at the league table. As you can see, we're sitting in 14th place. We've had 2 wins, 1 draw and 5 losses, and we currently have a goal difference of -5. We're not doing too good, but we're still above West Ham, and that is all that matters at the moment, realistically. And as long as we can pull away from that kind of like relegation battle throughout this season, then that is really our target. I think I said to the ball that we're going to finish mid-table, so I guess if we aim for around 12th, is probably the best thing where we could try and aim for. Realistically, as well as what we can actually achieve. But anyway, we go into our first game of this episode against Norwich. And I'm not sure if you just saw, but if you looked at the table close enough, you'd have seen that they're currently sitting in either like 6th or 7th. They're really doing really well this season, so it's obviously going to be a very difficult game. And we definitely brought our A game to this game. You see here, Redmond breaking down the right-hand side, 30th minute. He has a shot there, but he shoots with his left foot, and he should have used his right foot, and that probably would have been a goal. But anyway, Norwich break down in the 41st minute. They break through here, have a little pass cross goal, and I believe it is Tetty who puts that away. I don't know who Tetty is, but he's one of their signings as well. So we made it 1-0, and we could approach half-time here. Vidal has the ball, does a few little turns here and there, has a shot, and that goes into the top corner. And you know when you're in trouble, Vidal can always save you. And he makes that 1-0 just for half-time, getting that 45th minute scripted goal. And moving to the 54th minute now, second half, and Bittencourt has a shot here, and that is saved, and it hits the post, and unfortunately for us, it doesn't rebound to anyone on wearing blue even. And we go down the right-hand side, again, Bittencourt picking up the ball on the edge of the area, just trying to find a pass, and he then passes it to Vidal here, who turns and shoots, and puts it away to score his second goal of the game, and to score Millwall's second goal as well. And someone actually left a comment saying, what happens if Vidal gets injured? And I thought about that. And then I thought, geez, like, if that actually happens, we're screwed, because he is the key part of our team, and so far this season he's been instrumental in even getting us any points. And I think if we kind of did it'd be great to have like a little calculation. We worked out how many points we wouldn't have had we not had Vidal, like throughout this whole time of ever having him. I think we'd still be in the championship for sure, and we'd probably be near the bottom of it as well, because he's got us so many goals and he's got us so many points because of those goals. But anyway, that game finished 2-1 against Norwich, and we now move into our second game of the episode against Aston Villa. And in real life, as you may know, Aston Villa are doing awful, but on this game they're currently sitting in 8th place, I believe, prior to this game. So again, it was going to be a difficult match to pick up any points from, but regardless, it should be a match we could try and pick up some points from. And Benzia picks up the ball here on the right-hand side, 5th minute, has a shot there, and that goes narrowly wide, nearly went into the far post. Now, this game was a really frustrating game for me, to be honest. I mean, I guess they didn't really pose much of a threat other than here. As you've seen, that definitely should have been a goal. I can't believe he missed that, and that was just awful finishing from them. Gabriel has a shot here from the edge of the area, but that is then saved. And Aston Villa definitely should have put this away as well. They had another chance here, turned the goalkeeper, had a shot, and that hits the post. And luckily, my defenders, I think it was Biragi, managed to block that from going in with the rebound. And they should be 2-0 up at this point. And to be fair, we hadn't really posed much of a threat. I mean, we'd had a large amount of the ball, and we'd created a lot of possible chances. But as you can see, most of those chances that we did create was actually going wide, and Benzia was putting a lot of his shots wide. And Benzia still hasn't really proven himself, so to speak. And it's a shame, really, because everyone said he's amazing, but I don't see it as of yet. Ake gets put through there, and he does a nice little turn, but finesses it. And for the finesse proved to be the downfall of that one there. Had another shot from Piaz on there, but that was then saved. And again, in the second half, we came into more of our own a bit. We had a bit more chances. But again, we didn't really create anything that was worthwhile. Here in 90th minute, Aston Villa clear the ball, and it falls to Piazon, who has a shot on a half volley, and that is then saved and just tipped just slightly past the post. And that finishes 0-0. Bit of a disappointing game, but I'm still happy to pick up a point against Villa, considering they were currently in 8th prior to this game. So we can definitely kind of take some positives from the past 2 games so far, is that we've actually starting to put up a fight against these teams, and we're starting to pick up some points, and that is all that matters, is picking up points. No matter where you can get them from, whoever it's against, as long as we can pick up some points, and we will remain above, we will pull away from that relegation a little battle, because we do not want to be in that relegation scrap. And West Ham are still in there, so we can't complain. And we go into our next game here. Is a Capital One Cup game against Blackpool. And obviously Blackpool are still in the Championship, and they're a team that we definitely are stronger than. So for this game, I decided to start Dimenses, who is one of the players from our youth squad. And instead of dropping Bittencourt, I moved Bittencourt back to CDM because he can play as a centre mid. So I'm assuming he could play a bit of a CDM role because Gabriel, I believe, was tired, had pretty low fitness. So I dropped him for the game. And you see here, Redmond scored in the 40th minute, got put through a lob ball, and managed to finish that into the bottom corner to make it 1-0. And Blackpool had a few chances themselves. They turned the defenders there and had a shot, and that hit the post and then bounced into Cragno's hands, unfortunately for them. Because usually, when a shot hits the post, it has a tendency to hit the goalkeeper's back and then go in. So they got unlucky there. And we had a great, I thought I'd add that in. There's that great clearance there from Biraji, I believe it is. Redmond runs down the right-hand side here and does a nice little lob through to Benzia. Benzia then plays that to Demences. And Demences then cuts in, passes that back to Benzia. Benzia turns and shoots with his left foot to make it 2-0. And Benzia trying to prove me wrong here and score some goals. Or a goal, even in fact. Piazza then moves down the left-hand side, passes it to Vidal. Vidal does a nice Rabona fake, does a few little skills here and there, gets through the players, has a shot, and that is blocked and goes out for a corner. I thought I'd add that in because it's a nice few little bit of skills there. We then move on further into the game, and we're just doing my little triple sub that I like to do. Brought on Ebanks Landell, another player from our youth squad, LeCointe and Jake Wright, I believe his name is. And LeCointe breaks through here in the 87th minute, has a shot, and that is saved. Bit of a poor shot, to be honest. It was just kind of down the middle and up. Wright then gets the ball here and then plays it through to Vidal. Vidal using his pace here to make sure he gets past everyone, and then rifles it into the bottom corner to make it 3-0. And Vidal just makes it look easy compared to other players. As soon as I get Vidal, I know I'm going to beat him with a goal scoring chance. Whenever I get it with another attacker or another striker, it doesn't tend to be the same story, and it tends to be a bit more difficult, and you kind of see that you struggle to get past players. Where with Vidal, it's just so easy. I guess that's his pace and his strength that he has that gets him through there. You see, Cragno picked up man of the match for that game. Don't know why, because they didn't really pose much for threat. They had one shot on target, so kind of weird that he got man of the match. But regardless, we advance, we'd get through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. I think we are now into the quarterfinals. I think that was around the 16. So we're now through into the quarterfinals, and I believe that means we have hit our targets for our domestic cup this year. But I think we can still push on. Depends who we get drawn against. We can still push on and maybe hit the semi-finals. And just showing there the money that I got from winning that match was just really it's always merely any money at all. We now check out our emails and get our little monthly email from Eckersley, our scout, who found a player called Ben Hunt with pencil of 91. He had 94 potential sprint speed. Found a few other players with pretty high potentials, or high maximum potentials, should I say. So I signed them straight away because from you guys' advice, I'm supposed to continue scouting them, because if I continue to scout them, other players, other teams even, can come and snatch them up before I get them myself. So that's what I've done. And with these two players that aren't potentially that good, I've continued to scout them to make sure I get the correct stats for those. We also check out a little youth squad, and we release Sam Gardner because he only has a maximum potential of 82. So I didn't really think it was worth keeping him, but I guess it probably could be, because we could easily sell a player like that on straight away, really, for like £1 million. Maybe in the future I'll tend to maybe keep players and then sell them on. If you have any suggestions of that, then please do leave a comment with that. We just saw Jake Wright said he was unhappy at being like sidelined every game, and he would like to go out on loan. So that's what I did. I sent him out on loan, hopefully seeing that if he goes out on loan, he might improve. We're now going to look at the squad report, because lots of you requested squad report. I feel like I said that wrong. But we're going to look at the squad report because lots of you guys suggested that I show you it. And I'll just try and I won't try and say all the details, because it gets quite difficult to keep up with what's going on, and that's when I start talking too fast. And those of you leave comments about me talking too fast, so I always try and keep in my head whenever I start a commentary to make sure that I don't go into super fast mode, which is what I usually do when talking. So instead of actually trying to read through all the stats, I'll just let them go in the background of the screen and kind of pick up on some highlights there. We saw Piazza was worth 7 million, and Vidal is now worth 16 million. And I think that's pretty much what I kind of paid for him. But regardless of that, like, if he's worth 60 million, he's only at the age of 18 at the moment. It's just crazy to think how much he's going to be worth and give it like 3 years time, when his stats have gone like a lot higher. And as long as he keeps performing like he does and doesn't get injured, we could have a lot of money on our hands, or potential money on our hands, because if we sell him on, he could be worth a crazy amount. But I don't think he's going to be a player that I'm ever going to sell on, because realistically, he is a player that can single-handedly win us like the Champions League once he gets better, and that is the overall outcome, the overall objective even of this series. But anyway, that is the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, then please do leave a like as always. If you want to check out my Ultimate Team series, there is a link on the screen now, and there is also a link, as always, to my second channel, which currently has Minecraft videos on it, but there will soon be other kind of style, let's play kind of style videos on there as well. And I shall see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.